Information communication technologies is inducing a global change, and this change is affecting nations, businesses, individuals, and the society at large. Welcome to your program, Tech Africa, where we look at issues, trends, developments in the global ICT industry. Today, we have all our regular segments featuring. Stay with us.
And the winner is...
All right, you're all watching Africa's numero uno tech show on television with Don Pedro Agambi. Coming up now is our tech personality of the week. Today, we give you one of the captains of the Nigerian ICT industry, Engineer Biodun Omoniyi, Chief Executive Officer of VDT Communications.
VDT actually started operation in 2001. That makes us 18 years in the business of providing broadband communication service in Nigeria. Essentially, we started providing this service from the era of pre the GSM companies. So, but of course, it was also the dawn of the deregulation. So, the journey has been blessed, but of course, like in every journey, it's never really all smooth. There are challenges, but at every point in time, we have turned those challenges to opportunities, and that is why we're where we are today. So we focus on our customers, we focus on pleasing and delighting the customers, and we've been providing quality service to corporate organizations in Nigeria. And today, about now, we are about launching our retail broadband service, 4G LTE service into the Nigeria market.
Don't you think the broadband, LTE right now is a bit saturated? What are you offering differently to the market?
Okay, yes, I agree with you. There are many players. Just as when we started, there had always been many players. We are not immune to competing in the market with other players. However, we really have some uniqueness that we are bringing into the market. The gap that we see while we are coming into this market is because we know that even though, yes, you said there are so many people providing the service, but there is a lot of complaint. Just as when we started doing this business, there were people providing the service that we were providing them, but we were at it. We simply looked at what does the customer really want. And today, as ever, customers still want qualitative service. So, and we are willing to actually provide that. Customer wants service, a broadband service that does not buffer, that actually allows them the freedom to and flexibility to do what they want to do on the particular network. So this is one of the things that VDT promises to deliver to the customer, and those kind of things really is something that customers still want it, and at affordable prices.
How would you assess the state of broadband penetration in Nigeria today?
Well, it's not for me to assess, but essentially what we know right now is that it's over 30% that has been achieved so far, and that is quite encouraging given where we are coming from 1 year ago. It became a big leap. That also demonstrates that once we are all determined to to expand the market or to bring about service penetration, the Nigerian masses are actually ready for the uptake. So the issue had been that of access and actually getting qualitative service. So in terms of state, now I believe it can be improved upon. We can people can actually do, and people would like to actually have speedier service, higher bandwidth service, better customer service, better prices for them to be able to enjoy the life they are meant to enjoy.
So what are the challenges facing the industry in not having faster, access, like you just alluded?
Oh, well, we are actually operating in a very challenging environment. I'm going to give you an example. It's just a very short, real life story. There was last year, we were trying to evaluate a particular equipment. So we asked the supplier of that equipment, where have you supplied it? Where is this equipment operating? And the supplier says, oh, they have deployment in China, they have in France, and they have in Ghana. Oh, quickly, I saw that as an opportunity. Ghana, okay, we'll meet you there next week. So I went with my team to Ghana. So when we got to Ghana, lo and behold, they've deployed it in some communities, but particularly they took us to the University of Legon, and so where they've actually deployed this service. They've used their equipment. When we looked at the deployment at that campus, this is the kind of thing I would want us to be able to actually provide in Nigeria also, because it encircles the whole campus. So the students were able to use, and they have good access to broadband through this equipment, because it was a very beautiful equipment. Now we looked at it and we felt, well, to be able to provide this effectively in Nigeria and at the kind of price that they were actually delivering it to that particular, to the students there, it will be very difficult in Nigeria. Why? When we looked at the uptime of that equipment, it had been up for 241 days, uninterrupted, and there was no battery. No battery at the students' hostel. It was just the equipment. And we checked uptime, it was 241 days. Can we really have that in Nigeria? So there are so many challenges that operators face in Nigeria. The basic, very, very basic. Without power, you cannot do anything. So to be able to do that, to be able to provide that small little community service in Nigeria, you will need to have batteries. You will need to have generator. You will need to have control system. You have not started. With all these investment, with all these issues, you are just beginning. You are just at that level that the Ghana institution were. So, and you have expended costs. So now, again, when you are actually doing such things, there will be failures. Then we talked about, you cannot have broadband without you having broad backhauls. Broad backhauls, like we all know, will be brought about using fiber, because you need fiber to interlink your base stations. So there is no right of way. Nobody is granting right of way. Lagos State has not been granting right of way in the last, they've not granted in the last 3 years. So these are the different challenges. I don't want to go on naming all the many and multiple challenges that we are aware. All these are the things that actually mitigate against us having quality service. But so far, we've been able to weather it. I must thank all the other operators as well. Everybody are facing this challenge head on. And of course, like I said, all these increased costs are eventually passed on to the customer. So even when we're talking about quality service, why we are struggling, why the operators are struggling to maintain quality, customers are also complaining that the cost of our service is high. But we now see why all these are coming up. So, but for us, we are determined to stay focused on providing qualitative service, excellent customer service, and at affordable price.
Okay, let's look at the issue of multiple taxation. When I spoke, with the chairman of the FRS, he said there's nothing like multiple taxation in the industry. Do you agree? Is there?
Oh yes, but you know that what we all tend to do is find a common language. He obviously understood what you were saying, and I also read that report. He defined it he said what we had was illegal taxations. So, but these people, illegal forceful taxation. So it's not like there are multiple taxations. Most of those people that you call multiple taxations has not been approved. But the truth is that the common man, the companies actually are prevented from doing their work except to pay those illegal taxations. So if there are no multiple taxations, there are definitely illegal taxations, and nobody is arresting those.
What was the NCC doing in this? It appears the operators are on their own in this. Is the NCC doing anything as a commission, to fight or to join the operator to fight some of these challenges the industry is having?
Well, it's sad that we have to continue to fight and fight and fight where normally there's supposed to be good governance. Where other places don't do this. I mean, government needs to create the enabling environment for businesses to thrive. So why do businesses need to continue to fight and fight and fight? So, meaning using the word you use, we don't even need all this. But the time you use in doing that, you could have actually used it in pleasing your customers, in delivering qualitative services. So for NCC, why I will not speak for them, but like what normally happens is that from the explanation that they have given, there are different tiers of government. We have the local government, who are an authority to themselves. Nobody can control them. We have the state government, who also believe this is the way to go. We need revenue. And then we have the federal government, where the NCC operates. So NCC do not have control over the state governments. All they could do is do consultative, and influence them. Don't do this. You are actually damaging investment in your environment. It's just persuasion that they could do. Now, when you even get to the local government, you know the kind of people that are in local government, most local governments. When everybody, especially in this difficult economic terrain, everybody just wanted money at all costs. And that is what we are also seeing in our general polity. So what is happening to businesses, and we think they should fight it. But generally, it's everybody that should fight it. Because when we do not fight it, that lawlessness, we carry it to what we call kidnapping today, armed robbery, banditry. So that is what we're seeing. So there is nothing better than for every tier of government to be lawful, to create an enabling environment for businesses. This is lacking, and this is what is killing businesses in Nigeria.
Okay, before two questions, and then we wrap up. The issue of right way, that you raised. Lagos is the center of excellence and the commercial news center of the economy.
Yeah.
And I just heard you said that in the last 3 years they've not granted access to ROW. Is there any reason for this?
Well, we are hoping that the new government in Lagos State will be more favorable towards developing the digital economy. The last government, for whatever is their reason, had not been that cooperative in this realm. But I think this new government has said yes, they are willing to look at it. Is yet to be seen. There are reasons. Well, some of the reasons that was given is one, they wanted control of the infrastructure so late, because Lagos believe they have, I mean, the land is their oil. Land is Lagos oil. Right? Wrong? I don't know. But the truth is that the digital economy can actually generate more than what they were asking people to pay. Now, but even when operators were ready to pay the money, they still refused to grant, because they were looking for a packaging. They were looking for a structuring where somebody can actually be a partner and donating land and continue to run business. But no serious private business will want to actually partner with government. So that was a bottleneck that I saw at that time. But even then, there are a couple organizations that were willing, for whatever reason, to partner with them. But even then, they just did not get themselves. So the last government, the last administration was just not digital friendly. Yeah.
Did the outcome of the outing, the organizations that are responsible for persuasion, advocacy, did they make any effort to ensure the government is persuaded?
Oh, definitely. I mean, everybody, that the reason why you are talking about it is through the efforts of the associations, the outing of this world, the outcome of this world, because of the noise that was generating. They made a lot of efforts, but I mean, it was the governor that had the final say, and he just did not want it. He probably wanted another, how do we call it, the visionscape, and that did not happen before he was off the saddle. Yeah.
Okay, how important is broadband to the economy of any nation? How vital, how critical is broadband for any nation to leapfrog?
You probably would have heard that we are actually at the fourth industrial revolution now, which is the digital revolution. Now, that is how important it is. Now, what are the benefits of this? Banking, financial services, manufacturing, transportation, everything rides on the digital world. Even communication, when you need to make phone calls. So everything rides on the digital economy, which in turn rides on broadband infrastructure. So if this is well done, it will help us to curb corruption. Look, I'll give the example of the TSA. As simple as TSA, which is just one application that will run, once we start using digital to run our economy, as simple as that was, you know how much it has saved Nigeria. So I mean, embracing digital actually will save us a lot of money. But it's not just about saving us money, it also makes us to be a lot more efficient. And because of that efficiency, and then the wealth creation in the economy also has been adjusted, that for every 10% increase in broadband penetration in any economy, it brings about 1.3 percent growth in the GDP, so of that particular economy. These are statistics that have been proven in world over. So if for an emerging economy like ours, it will not even be that 1.3%. It's going to be between 1.5% to 1.8% growth, because our economy is just quite basic. So bringing a digital revolution into this economy in all we do will actually give us a lot of boost in curbing many excesses. I mean, the issue of camera, the issue of to curb crimes, the issue of faster payment, whether in your transportation industry, whether in banking, whether in transactions. And so even there is e-agriculture these days, there is e-government, there is e-medicine. All these are benefits that will accrue, which if we are not following that path, we would definitely be lagging behind. But of course, once these are turned in, you will see the great leap and the great benefits that will accrue to us as a people.
VDT is known to always churn out innovations in the industry. And we're expecting another innovation. What should the industry expect?
Well, yes, thank you for saying that. Even though, yes, we may have been identified for churning out innovation, we also are very narrowly focused. And we are focused just on what we are doing. From beginning, we are playing in the telecommunication industry. So, so far what is right in my view right now is to make sure that everybody in Nigeria build our infrastructure and give access at affordable rate to the common man in Nigeria, and be able to actually give them access to affordable broadband services.
Have you achieved your vision to the industry yet?
I have not gone anywhere near my vision. In fact, that is a new vision that is just crafted, and we are just starting at it. We are just starting on it. And so we really have a whole load of future. You know, like you mentioned, we just came into this market, to the retail broadband market, and I see a lot of opportunity there. So these opportunities, I want to believe, yes, we are well prepared to take them on, and in days and years to come, definitely you will start seeing and feeling and experiencing the quality of our service.
Mr. Moni, you seem to, I've known you for over a decade. You seem to sleep, eat, talk, everything broadband. What is that dream telecom industry that you envisage that you don't see right now? Can you remember?
Well, if you see me dream, sleep, talk broadband, is because then you probably have seen the passion. And like I said, I truly believe that Nigeria deserves better, and we can actually get better. And once we are able to give qualitative services, more people will come on stream and their life will be better for it. So I continue to see how I can help my fellow Nigerians, how we can actually provide better services than what is currently available now, and I'm pursuing that dream to make that a reality.
Early July, you're launching a new product. What's the message to the industry?
Come July, my message will be that people should look out for the brand, VDT Communications brand. Our 4G LTE is going to be launched early July. This actually promises a lot of benefits to everyone. It's going to come out at affordable prices, and we have different tiers of services for different different tiers of people. We have the mobile service, we have the home and family friendly bouquet, and I will say the earlier people key into it and enjoy this service, the better. Let's go on this journey together.
Wow, that was Mr. Biodun Omonuyi, Chief Executive Officer of VDT Communications. I'm afraid that's how far time will allow us this week on this highly informative and educative package of your program Tech Africa. For comments and observation, please reach us on the numbers and emails now showing on your screen. You can also watch this on our YouTube channel. Like, view, and share with industry stakeholders. I'm Don Pedro Agambi on behalf of the production crew. Thanks for watching. Same time, same station. I'll be back next time.
And the winner is